Transformers is cool. I've never been a super big fan of it. Like, it's not my special interest or whatever's wrong with me. But it's cool. You know, I grew up with G1s on TV. I watched Beast Wars every morning before school. That shit ruled. I'm not super on the Japanese side. I can't tell you about Master Force or Victor or anything like that. There's no God Jinrais up in my brain, but I respect it. It's neat. I'm not super into the toys either. Like, they're cool, but I'm not going to collect them and buy them. I'm definitely outside of that age range. I know it's been going in various directions over the years, and across the feed one day, maybe like a year or so ago, I became aware of Earthspark. Mostly due to an incredibly sick-looking fight scene, where Optimus and Megatron are like fighting two Seekers, and it's better directed and animated and paced than it has any right to be. And that's when it caught my attention. I dug into it a little more. I learned the premise, I learned the idea, so I cut more clips here and there. Apparently, a big draw of this is it's a post-war setting on Earth. Decepticons, Autobots, not fighting no more. Megatron has decided to put his anger and his hate aside and genuinely work with Optimus Prime to make a better world, a better life. He wants to protect these humans because he doesn't want them to make the same mistakes as the people that his race did. I saw in other clips that, other Decepticons don't agree with it and are being pissy, but he's doing his best and even trying to convince them to come in. I know they experimented with this idea before with like IDW and Shattered Glass and stuff. I've been aware of that. This is neat. It's a cool idea. So I dig around a few more clips and I see it's definitely still not a show for me. It's not focused on my demographic. But the ideas are interesting and I respect it for what it's trying to do. I thought it was pretty cool too when that like ultra awesome 40-year anniversary short from Trigger came out, and I actually recognized the moment they wanted to display. Optimus and Megatron taking hands, putting it aside, with the cast of the show right there below them. That's sick. So, imagine my shock when last night I hear about the show ending and the incredibly questionable choices they made for the finale. I've done a bit of first-hand research to at least understand what's happening, and it's kind of disgusting. The long and short of it is, in the last big climactic battle with a bad dude, Optimus and Megatron are TV-1ing him, and Megatron takes a fatal blow. He takes this blow, maybe intentionally for Optimus. It's not clear from what I've seen. Maybe not, but now Optimus is down an arm, and he has a pizza-sized hole in Megatron. Everyone's sad. He genuinely turned to a good dude, and he's gone. Though someone suggests they might be able to bring him back. And they drag him into a room with what looks like the Allspark, like a big old cube guy. And there, through some, looks like time fuckery, Optimus gets his arm back, and Megatron gets his body restored. Though I do notice there's a Decepticon logo there, and not like the Joint Earth Task Force Good People thing he's been rocking. But even with that, he still doesn't wake up. So they hold a funeral for him. The cast is upset. They're grieving the loss of what they considered a member of their family. This version of Megatron absolutely proved himself to be better than he was and the best he could be. And now he's gone. And in their moment of grief, embracing each other, sharing this pain, he fucking gets up off the table. He just stands up and starts acting like confused and pissy and points his gun at everyone and thinks it's some kind of Autobot trick and fucks off into a space bridge to who knows where. Apparently, when they brought them back and rewound their bodies, they think they also rewound his mind to decades prior, before any of the development in the show happened. That feels kind of gross. It kind of feels like a horribly tone-deaf waste of what people wanted out of this. And to pull it right in the middle of what was supposed to be a somber and serious scene, like emotionally charged, that could have well been a very effective bookend for this character as far as I could tell. It just seems kind of ignorant. And it's not even the finale of the show. From what I've discovered, learned, and been told, for the rest of the production, he doesn't even show up again. this is the last time people see this Megatron. This incredibly compelling and interesting take on the character. And he's just being goofy odd G1 Welker Megatron again. He's just gone. And when the show ends and they have a big splash shot of all the characters in action pose being like, thanks for watching, thanks for taking the journey with us, he ain't even there. Now, this is not my show. I'm not going to pretend like I'm super invested in this. I'm not going to pretend like I'm personally slighted by this, but goddamn, guys, I get it. I understand why people are mad. This is goofballs. And hey, maybe the show goes on. Maybe it's another season. Maybe it's not the end. Maybe they're going to do something really interesting with this. But from the outside looking in, I am so sorry for you big Transformers fans that were invested in this. This seems like kind of bullshit, and I hope it gets better.